In a common purpose to say no more. And that is what I'm going to continue to do as the governor of the state of New York, working with our local partners right here. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. Good afternoon. This morning, the FDNY received reports of gunshot victims in the subway. Thanks to their quick response, we were able to treat 16 patients. 10 of those patients are suffering from gunshot wounds at this time, and 5 of them are in critical but stable condition in our local hospitals.
Can you say that again?
Yes, we have 16 total patients. 10 of them are suffering from gunshot wounds, and 5 of them are in critical but stable condition at this time. And I'm going to pass it over to the MTA for an update on our subways.
Okay. First of all, we have to thank the NYPD and the FDNY and the whole team who've done so much to protect us and help immediately to recover from this situation. And I also need to acknowledge the MTA workers who had the foresight to immediately move a train that was on the platform, the R train, out of the station so it could carry people to safety. That was smart thinking. Right now, B service is suspended, W service is suspended. The D and the N and the R are running with suspensions and some shuttle buses. And folks should check the website for latest. Obviously, it's a disrupted day, but a lot of the system is in fact running. I just want to say one thing on a personal note, which is on 9/11, I stood on 4th Avenue and watched people, New Yorkers, come back from that tragedy. And I watched New Yorkers help each other and storekeepers walk out and give people water. That was the same thing we saw on the platform today. We saw New Yorkers in a difficult situation, an emergency, helping each other. That's the subway riders. That's who New Yorkers are. Every day they're showing people in the subway, which is our public space, that New Yorkers of all varieties can come together in small spaces and get along and create something bigger. That's what we remember in these emergencies, as well as the tragedy and the thought for the quick recovery of the victims, is New Yorkers are incredibly resilient, just as they are in every emergency, and we thank them for what they've done, and we thank the governor and the mayor for their leadership in all of our recovery from COVID and from every one of these challenges.
So, just to reiterate, we're going to be very limited in what we are able to answer in questions. Just to also underline our partners here, we got Mike Regan. Mike Regan is the Assistant Special Agent in charge of the Joint Terrorism Task Force with the FBI and NYPD. John DeVito from ATF, who's helping us with tracing efforts and investigation. He's the Special Agent in charge for New York City. Or the Brooklyn District Attorney, Eric Gonzalez, who is also here. And of course, Chief Ken Corey, Chief of Department, and First Deputy Commissioner Ed Caban. We'll start off with questions for the police department.
Was the shooting on the train? Was the shooting on the train or on the platform? Was the suspect on the platform or in the train? And did it all happen in the 36th Street station, or what happened down in 25th Street?
The suspect was in the train car. The shooting began in the train car.
Commissioner, can you give us some more detail? Exactly what happened in the car? Did the suspect say anything? What type of weapon did he have? And what was going on inside the car as this all happened?
So, as I stated before, we're only able to get limited information because it's under investigation. As the train was pulling into the station, the subject put on a gas mask. He then opened a canister that was in his bag, and then the car filled with smoke. After that, he began shooting.
Guys, one time! Guys, one time!
Hang on.
Commissioner, does this appear to be random? Any idea why this individual did this and did this here?
We do not know the motive at this time, but we're not ruling anything out.
The injuries that are not gunshots, are they shrapnel wounds? What are the other injuries that were not gunshot either?
We want the fire department.
There are a variety of other injuries, from smoke inhalation to shrapnel to panic from the incident.
When you say shrapnel, what would the shrapnel come from?
It could be from anything. It's still under investigation at this time, so it could be a grazing from a bullet. It could be from the panic after following the incident.
Not from an explosive device.
Not at this time.
Any idea the suspect where they go to the train tracks?
You stay there. You can find him some more.
Any idea of the whereabouts of the
That's subject to investigation. We're endeavoring to determine that right now.
Okay, Josh.
Why were the train tracks?
Commissioner, why do you connect this more to the litany of gun violence and not terrorism at this stage? Why rule out terrorism?
I'm not ruling out anything. We're determining what that motive is, and we'll find that out as the investigation
Were
continues.
the victims taken to one particular ethnic group?
No, sir. The victims have a variety.
Is anything else recovered down there?
Hang on. We got time for about 2 more.
Why were the trains not shut down immediately? And if they were, could it have been easier to catch the suspect?
That's not the case.
How were the cameras working in the subway station?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Were the cameras working in the subway station?
That's under investigation as we speak.
Do you suspect if it's an MTA worker, given that they were wearing a construction vest? Or
We have not
possibly another city worker or something?
We have not identified the subject. He was wearing a green type construction
Governor
vest.
Hochul, do you want to comment on the arrest of your Lieutenant Governor Brian Benjamin? Did he speak to you this morning? Were you aware, and will you continue to campaign with him?
I'll be happy to report on that later today. We'll have a statement out there. I've not had a chance to speak to him. I was doing media interviews this morning, but this is not the place, but I will be addressing it very shortly. Let's focus on the fact that there are people in a hospital right now fighting for their lives. Those are the people we're thinking about and praying for at this moment.
All right, thank you very much. Listen, we're going to get... Hang on a second. Hang on a second. We're going to get back to you with a time for an update later. The information is developing. We expect to have more later, and that will not be here. That will be either at the precinct or headquarters. We'll find an appropriate location where we have enough room and we can do this in a controlled environment.
He said the other briefing's not here. It's gonna, when the other briefing?
Well, it'll be announced. It'll be announced. Guys, we can come get our mics, please. Yeah, we're gonna. I think we're gonna start restoring vehicular traffic on 4th Avenue. So.
It was said there were, right now we know 10 gunshot wounds, 5 victims.
Yes. Let's go.
Call the office.
Okay.
Guys, let's get microphones. We're
We're
gonna start opening up 4th Avenue soon. So.
Microphones out. Thank you.
Let's go. What'd you say is about to happen?
They're gonna start opening up 4th Avenue.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sorry. No, you're okay. I'm sorry. I'm struggling to get my microphone over here.
Come on, guys, grab your mics, or it's going to be on the floor.
I can tell you that much.
We got to get going.
Guys, we got to take our mics out. Let's go. AP Televista.
Thank you, Nick. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Fox, where's your mic? Let's go.
Anybody grab audio?
Huh?
Anybody grab